Hi, I'm Catherine, certified nutrition consultant with Foods That Heal You and Foods That Heal You CBD. And in this video, I'm going to talk about what you can expect when you start using hemp-derived CBD oil. And before I get started, I get a lot of questions about the products, how many servings there are, and how to use them. So below this video, I will have a link to my website. If you click on a product, you will see the number of servings for each product and each size of product to help you. And those are general, but it will kind of help you determine what size to get and what might be best for you. And I have a lot of other videos, of course, as well. All right, so when you first get your package in the mail, your product in the mail, the first thing you want to do is read the serving instructions and start, just a general rule is just start with the recommended servings on the package. And be careful to read the instructions as well, because like for the vape shot kit, I have an example right here. This is the vape shot. If you read the instructions, it says only use 3 puffs in a row per session, per sitting. If you do more than that, you'll burn out the coil and you will break the pen and you pretty much ruin the product. So definitely look at the instructions. Just make sure you're familiar with the servings and that, because I have a lot of videos, but I still just make sure that you read the package itself so that you don't miss anything. So that's the first thing. And then what you can expect when you start using the product is, it depends on, first of all, it depends on which type you got, whether you got the vape or the drops or the pure oil concentrates. Those are the 3 types I generally have available. They're going to have different onset times. That's the first thing. So the onset time for the vape is going to be maybe 5 to 10 minutes. It's pretty quick. I actually notice it within just a couple minutes of taking a vape shot. And then the pure oil concentrates, which would be like the gold gel here, or the blue and green looks like this. Those are the pure oil concentrates. Those are going to take anywhere from 20 to 45 minutes for the onset before it actually kicks in, even if you take it sublingually. If you take it sublingually under the tongue, like my video shows, it might be 20 minutes. If you swallow it, lick it off your finger and swallow it or put it in food, it's going to take 45 minutes up to an hour maybe to have its full effect, all right? So the vaping's quick, and then the CBD drops are going to be more like the pure oil concentrates, but they're going to take a little longer because they're harder to hold sublingually, so they might take 30 to 45 minutes as well. So those are just general guidelines on how long you can expect to wait when you use your product for feeling anything. Now, the second thing to note about that is when you do use the CBD hemp oil, it's very subtle effect. These aren't drugs, these are superfoods. You're not gonna all of a sudden feel like you can, run 25 miles because you took the CBD hemp oil and you had such amazing results. It's not a drug, it doesn't work like that. It's gonna be subtle. You might notice calmness. You might notice, oh my gosh, I think I feel a little calmer. Or I've had people tell me, and it kind of cracks me up. They're like, my road rage, it just was like gone. I just wasn't mad at the idiot in front of me who cut me off or whatever. So things like that. Or you might notice the inflammation reduces a little bit. Racing thoughts might slow down. Okay, so that's after the initial, onset after you take your first serving. Now it may take a full week for full effects, especially if you have pain and inflammation. It's going to take a little bit more time because this isn't a magic bullet. This stuff can work extremely effectively for people, but the people who are going to notice the quicker results are the people with the anxiety and the sleep issues. Those are going to be the 2 categories where you're probably going to notice the quickest results. I have people who the first time they try it for sleep, it works immediately. Even for sleep though, it regulates your sleep cycle. So it might even take a week to get full effects for your sleep. So just, be patient, give it time. If you don't have immediate results, be patient. It might take a little bit more time, or you might be the person who does want to run 25 miles after you take it. Believe it or not, I've heard some pretty amazing testimonies of people using this, and the first time they get amazing results. It kind of blows my mind because that's not the norm. I'll just be honest with you. It's not the norm to jump out of a wheelchair when you take CBD hemp oil. Sure, it can be miraculous, but real honest expectations are you might feel calmer, you might feel sleep better, and then give it a full week for pain and for inflammation and to regulate your sleep cycle and just really get in your system, because this is a food, it's not a drug. The last thing you'll want to know when you're using the hemp-derived CBD oil is the potential for detox symptoms. If when you take your product you get a headache or a little dizziness, or maybe you start feeling fatigued and you're taking normal serving size, not mega dosing of course, or you might start having skin breakouts the first week, those are detox symptoms. That's actually a good sign. That's not a side effect. A side effect would be like an allergic reaction, which is extremely rare, where your tongue swells up. You know, like people who are allergic to fish and their tongue swells up. That's an allergic reaction. A headache, slight dizziness initially, and I'm talking dizziness for like 30 seconds, a minute, something like that. That happened to me when I tried the vaping. Or skin breakouts, because this is a superfood. Anytime you put something healthy and full of nutrients in your body, it's going to stir up toxins and push the toxic waste out. When the toxic waste has no escape route, you're going to end up with, it's going to get in your blood, in your lymphatic system, and you might have temporarily, this is all temporary, headaches, skin breakouts, things like that. So I have a separate video that I use for my detox program that I will have a link to below this, or I'll have it pop up on the screen or something, that you can look at for much more explanation and detail. But if you run into the headaches, a couple things you can do. You can drink extra water to help flush out the toxins and help cleanse your lymphatic system. You can exercise to help pump the lymphatic system. Do deep breathing exercises. Make sure that you're having good, healthy bowel movements every single day, because every day that you don't have a bowel movement, those toxins recirculate in your blood and auto-intoxicate you. It's very, very, very unhealthy. If you're not having bowel movements, please contact me if you need help in that area. I am happy to help. But drink your water, and then the last thing you can do is, if you're having headaches and they're not going away, wait a couple days, stop taking the CBD hemp oil or whatever you're taking. It might be Oceans Alive. I've had people do my nutritional health kit and get headaches and skin breakouts initially. Just back off for a couple days, let your body catch up. That's all you're doing, is letting your body catch up and eliminate the toxins that were stirred up, and then start back up again, and maybe just do it at a slower pace. I had a guy who, he was having neck pain, and the drops were working great for him, but then he bumped up to the pure oil concentrates, which were stronger, and he started getting headaches. So what he did was he started alternating days. He backed off for a couple days, let the headache go away, started taking it every other day, just one serving. And it turns out that's all he needs, is one serving every other day. Some people need 3 servings a day. The serving size, I have a separate video on that as well, how much to take. So everybody's different. You really have to experiment. But as I said in the video, at the beginning of this video, just start out with the general rules and the serving sizes. And I'm not trying to complicate this. I'm just trying to give you realistic expectations. I don't want you getting a hold of hemp-derived CBD oil and thinking that you're just going to have this miraculous recovery, or your cancer is going to be gone the next day. I mean, that's just not realistic. This is a superfood. This is not a drug. It has been shown and studied to have amazing, promising effects, but you do have to be patient with it. You do have to give it time. Let it work. You know, it's going to work with your body, and hopefully this video will help you get started. And I have frequently asked question page on my website. I'll have my website link below this for that. I have other videos to help you get started. If you still have questions, you can always contact me directly, and I'd be happy to help you. Thank you for watching this video, and have a wonderful day.